And good evening, everyone. I'm Sam Walker. Glad to have you with us on this Saturday evening, our second Tropical Storm Colin update. What really, honestly, Colin is not much of anything other than just a couple of showers and storms. It's barely a tropical storm, according to the latest information came in with the 5-point advisory from the National Hurricane Center. But it's still got a name. It's still got people just talking about it. So, of course, we want to get you an update on what's happening with Colin and whether or not we're going to have any effects from it. Well, we are seeing some effects from it. You can see the radar down here on the bottom right. In fact, we'll go to a full image of that right now and kind of show you what's going on. Just some clusters of showers and thunderstorms across parts of eastern North Carolina. That's pretty much what we've had since this morning when things started to get going with that first band. We had a line of showers and storms that rolled through this morning, moved offshore, and then it kind of didn't really fill in behind it except down on Hatteras Island. Now, as the day has gone on, we've seen some of these pop-up showers and storms you can see over places like Jacksonville and out to Kenansville, Kinston, around Greenville right now. Then as you head up towards Williamston, Edenton, the Hyde County mainland, and that's a good sign right here, is this cluster that's right here over the Hyde County mainland. I might be able to get that mouse pointer. Well, we'll try to highlight it. But anyway, yeah, right here in this area, that's where that fire is burning called the Ferry Road Fire. Roughly in this area here. It'd be better if it was that storm that was right here about 5 miles to the west. But they have been getting some rain out there today. As we look offshore, it's really just kind of been staying offshore and dissipating somewhat as the day has gone on. Look down to the south, down to the bottom of this image from the Morehead City radar off Cape Fear. There's some clusters out there. That's it. That's really what this storm has been. It's not been a whole lot. It's a whole lot of nothing other than some showers and some gusty winds at times. We've seen the winds kind of go up and down as the day's gone on, in fact. But it's been pretty steady out of the south. Now, one thing to note about that is that we're going to be dealing with a little bit of a southerly breeze for the next at least day or so. It's just enough to stir up the ocean. Now, if you've been out on the beach over the last week, we've been dealing with an onshore breeze from the northeast and east. It finally switched around to the southwest yesterday and a little bit on Thursday. But yesterday was really the first day where we saw that true southwest shift. And that, of course, before that, earlier this week, all of our east-facing beaches were dealing with the rip currents and some rough shore break. Today, of course, I mean, it looks typical summertime conditions out there. This live shot, courtesy Twitty and Company, is off of Kitty Hawk right now. And we could kind of make our trip down the beach at the moment. There's the scene from Jeanette's Pier, courtesy of surfchecks.com. A lot of folks out enjoying this afternoon at Jeanette's Pier. And pretty benign conditions out there. We do have a moderate risk of rip currents on these beaches. So Corolla down to Buxton. Nags Head, Rodanthe. Here's a shot from Rodanthe. You can see a little bit more of a swell coming in down there. Same thing at the Avon Pier. Those areas seeing a decent swell as you get on down to Hatteras Island because a little bit more of that southeasterly face on the beach there. So they're getting a little better of the wind swell with the south to southeast wind. Now, we get on down to Hatteras. Here's Hatteras Village right now. A little bit rougher there. We do have a high-risk rip currents. Frisco, Hatteras, Ocracoke. Stay out of the ocean down there this afternoon and evening. Same thing for tomorrow. Moderate risk from Corolla to Cape Hatteras. From Cape Hatteras to Ocracoke, it's a high risk. That's what we're going to be dealing with. That's really going to be our main impacts out of this storm, it looks like. The shower and thunderstorm activity. Yes, we do have that potential of seeing some tropical downpours at times. But, again, this system is really, it's barely a tropical storm. Probably not even a tropical depression. Maybe just roughly a potential tropical cyclone. In fact, seeing some of the chatter that's been going on Twitter, haven't really been into the National Weather Service chat today, but just Twitter conversations with different meteorologists and weather weather enthusiasts. I got all choked up about it. Sorry about that. This thing was probably more likely a tropical storm yesterday than it was today. And I'm going to pull up this graphic here that gives you a better idea of where the history of the storm. This is a relatively new, this interactive forecast graphics for the National Hurricane Center that came about last year. Really didn't use it that much, obviously, because we didn't have all that much tropical activity to talk about. But this is pretty cool this year, being able to use it today. You can see these green dots down here in the southwest around Savannah. That's where this thing started to gain some tropical characteristics. And then that was yesterday. Actually, that would have been Thursday. Then into Thursday night. Overnight Thursday and into early Friday. Friday, early morning, midday. Became a low investigate last night. And then kind of the center bounced up here last night. That would have been around 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And then this morning, here's the first advisory at 6 a.m. Or at that it was at 5 a.m. and it was a tropical storm. So this shows you kind of the history of this low that eventually gained some tropical characteristics. And currently the center is located around Charlotte, down on the opposite end of the coast from us. The bulk of the winds to the southeast of the center of circulation with the 5 p.m. advisory. Still a tropical storm warning from Duck down to the state line. And in fact, they've dropped that now to Cape Fear. And looks like Jacksonville might see the center of, if they're going to get the winds, they'll see it around 8 o'clock tonight. Emerald Isle and over to Atlantic Beach in the overnight hours, early morning hours. Looks like right before sunrise tomorrow was when we might see some tropical storm force sustained winds. Ocracoke, Southern Hatteras Island, on up to around Avon or so tomorrow. And then it'll be out of here by mid-morning as far as that is if this thing stays together. In fact, they have dropped back where they're not even showing the possible wind speed predictions in this. There's a good chance that Colin will probably not even be a tropical cyclone. As early as the 11 o'clock advisory, that may be the last advisory see, possibly in tomorrow the 5 a.m., because it's just not all that there. Again, it's got enough tropical characteristics, but it's really not much of anything. So again, the main impacts out of Colin are going to be rain, possibly some gusty showers and tropical downpours at times possible over the next 24 hours. Some rip currents, some some rough shore break, and that's it. We're not going to see anything else out of this. So nothing to cause any travel issues, nothing to change your plans for if you're traveling. In fact, nothing really to change your plans for if you're wanting to be on the beach this afternoon and evening. Ocracoke was concerned that they weren't going to be able to get their fireworks and all their celebration because that's going on tonight. And looking at the radar right now, there's nothing coming their way anytime soon, it looks like. It looks like Ocracoke's going to be good to go tonight for the fireworks. And they got the DJ out there and and all the activities they have scheduled for tomorrow and into Monday. They've got a full weekend of activities, but Ocracoke was doing their fireworks tonight. Elizabeth City did theirs last night, Ocracoke tonight. Then everybody else is doing them on in northeast North Carolina on the Outer Banks coming up on Monday. So there you go. That's the latest on Colin. If things look, we'll see what 11 o'clock looks like before we decide on doing a video tomorrow, because it's probably not going to be much of anything, if at all. We'll have updates, of course, here on WOBX.com, and we'll have the latest there if need be. But Colin, really barely a tropical storm, barely anything really to get worked up about, but there's enough of a concern, and it's got the name, so that always gets people stirred up. So we wanted to give you some more information, some detailed information, but not nothing more unusual than some early July showers and storms. with a little bit of Kurt Risker. So that's the latest. We'll keep you up to date right here and at WOBX.com. I'm Sam Walker. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, everybody. We'll see you next time.